We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
It's Emma. Why are you doing that to me?
Hi, it's Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast.
How's it going?
And I'm questioning everything that you're doing at
because
the moment.
It's a great sound effect. I found it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
So you're not using it to mock me?
No, of course not. Why would I do that?
Because I will beat you up.
I would never mock you, ever.
Oh, that's a lie.
Is it just us or is it
we have a guest.
Oh, okay.
I just like watching the interaction between you two.
I know, right?
It's like you've known each other for a while, but really, how long have you known each other?
Has it been 10 years?
Maybe.
Maybe. Uh-huh.
Do you guys celebrate your friend's anniversary?
No, we don't do that.
What's the point?
We just buy each other random presents throughout the year.
No, I buy Emma oysters and martinis.
Oh, and I buy you things. When you're like, I want this.
When's the last time you bought me something?
The last thing I bought you something was that book you wanted a long time ago, but I bought it.
Wait, what is it? What is it again?
It was that book.
What book?
Some Howard Stern book.
Oh, I love that book. It's a great book. Thank you.
Yeah, you jerk.
What was the last thing I bought you?
A penis.
What? Hold on here. I'm going to need someone to elaborate.
It's an inflatable penis.
Do we have
because she does not have any in her life right now, so she's just...
So it's like, you know, like
is
the
it like
unicorns?
A vision penis?
You know, like the unicorns or like the toys that you put in the water and they grow and expand because they suck up all the water. It's like a spongy penis that like you put in a cup and it grows.
Like grow a boyfriend?
Yes. He got to grow a girlfriend.
Oh.
I did.
How did that turn out?
Don't have a girlfriend, obviously.
So it didn't work. False adversing.
Yeah.
False advertising.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is Julianne here? Why is she here?
Because we're going to have so much fun today. We're going to have so much fun today. When we're drinking wine.
Okay. No, but how do we know her and stuff? Let's give the audience a breakdown of where we met her. Right, because she's been here before, right?
I met Julianne at work a long time ago.
Okay.
And we met at work.
Okay.
And then I introduced you to her.
Mm-hmm.
But last time was here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you've been a previous guest on our podcast.
That is true. Mm-hmm. So she's been a previous guest, and she does have a podcast.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the part where I plug it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not nearly as fun or as exciting.
Oh, because...
But somewhat educational, somewhat fun.
And you know what? I tried going that route at the beginning. I was like, let's be educational, Zorric. And then Zorric's like, fart, boobs, penis.
No,
and I'm like,
no one
all
cares
right, never mind.
about educate. Because we're not... I mean, we are. We
you.
do. Some people do. But we're just not...
It's not your jam.
That's not our jam.
It's not his jam.
It's not our cup of tea.
Your cup of tea.
That's not my cup of tea, definitely.
It's not the mission for your podcast.
No, it's
not.
not.
I tried changing it.
What is the mission of this podcast anyway?
For me to drink.
No, it is to help single people through their single lives. And we're trying
to me drink.
We're trying to impart some wisdom to these people, right? And us too.
Yeah.
So in a way, it is educational to others.
Yes.
And I think y'all like bring some levity to the dating process because it's needed. Right.
Thanks, Julianne.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is serving a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You all have a purpose.
I know I have a purpose.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
My purpose is to annoy you.
Oh, well, it's working.
And to
every
procreate
day.
according to your family.
And apparently to procreate according to my family. Yes. Lots of babies.
Okay, so she is, what do? You're a...
I'm a therapist.
Therapy.
I therapize people,
Okay.
which, essentially you can come lay down on the couch. You actually can. You can take your shoes off. And theoretically, I help you feel better about the direction of your life and how you manage yourself in that. So
Cool.
And what kind of modes of therapy do you use?
Yeah. So we
What does that mean, mode?
Hold on. She's about to answer it.
Go.
So we can do the classic talk. Let's talk about your issues. And then I also incorporate yoga. So let's affect change through the body, which affects the mind in a different way. So you can go like bottom up approach. That's God. That's
You said it, and I was like, dang it.
I'm trying to be serious.
You set yourself up for that.
Bottom
one.
up or top down.
Ooh.
You're choosing, Zorric.
Stop trying to sexualize this. Please.
Okay, I will stop for 2 seconds.
Can you just explain the difference between?
Yeah, bottom meaning like the body comes before the mind. And so working through your expressions. She's just eye rolling. Whereas like valuing the thinking versus God. This is gonna be a good time, y'all. I'm gonna sound like a legitimate therapist.
Oh, continue. Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
And it's just a difference in, are you going to value the thinking versus the feeling and the sensations? That sounds sexual, but it's not. Okay. But like being aware that our body oftentimes tells us before our mind is conscious of what either is like unsafe or feels wrong or right. And so there's just 2 different approaches.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to find you a yoga therapist.
No,
It's not Julianne.
You know, my therapist, she does the same thing. She says, close. Remember I told you? She says, close your eyes.
Yes, she made her do like a sensory.
Where do you feel this stress? Where in the body? I always say it's in the head. And then she does the same thing for another thing. And she's like, it's always the same place for me. It's like I get headaches and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, it's cool stuff. It's different than my old therapist.
Yeah.
She would just sit there and I would blab for like an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get really good at, and that's what I've learned through my own therapy, like really good at intellectualizing.
Yes.
And I can see, Zorric, you doing that.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah, because you're smart.
Oh, thank you. What
and
else?
but that is like a very sophisticated defense mechanism from actually being able to genuinely experience the feeling and getting to the root of it. Right?
So you're just a sophisticated caveman at this point.
I am.
You are a very sophisticated caveman who still likes to make penis jokes.
I'm very professional. You should see me at work. Anyways, I took that toy you got me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's like an Einstein.
It's Newton.
Oh, excuse me.
Don't tell people how to solve it, though.
Okay. So it's a stocking stuffer that she gave me for Christmas. And Julianne, it's so hard. I mean, it's hard, but
I need to get another one so that we can have it here for our guests to like try it, because I think they would have.
I'm
guys
sorry.
would have a lot of fun.
What is it?
So it's a Newton toy, Newton, like the laws of gravity, Newton.
Oh,
and so you have
Fig Newton.
No, so you have like this cup, and then you have like this. It's like a cylinder, but it's kind of it looks like a silo, I guess, and you put it in the cup.
Is it supposed to be phallic?
No, it's not. And the purpose of you is to take like the silo-looking thing out of the cup, except you can't move it.
Oh,
It does look phallic, though. It
does
does.
not look phallic. Oh
If you saw
gosh. Anyways, but it's fine. Next time that we all hang out, I'll have one so that you can play with it, because it's cool.
I do like to play with the phallic. You guys, I'm not like promoting this to my clients anyway. Like professional is off right now.
Okay.
No parents this time either, right?
Right.
All right, Emma.
Okay, I have so much stuff happening.
Okay, tell me.
So, on Sunday, the Golden Globes happened, and I was there for it. And I was like, what is going to happen? Who's going to say what? Who's going to win what? And this was also kind of like the last time that Game of Thrones could win awards, but honestly, Game of Thrones didn't win for anything. And I was like, good, that's what you'll get, D&D, for being horrible. I'm so mad at them. However, I just gotta say, I like watched The Witcher. The Witcher's so good. The Witcher replaced. That's my favorite show.
Are you watching that?
You guys, I am so not popular. I don't know anything.
So The Witcher is this show it's a show that's based on a book, and then from the book like came video games. So it's like a video game that people play. So people like have been like investing a lot already, and then the TV show is on Netflix. Netflix said that they are going to do like 7 or 9 more seasons of The Witcher.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Henry Cavill, can I just talk about before I get into my other stuff? Henry Cavill in The Witcher, like The Witcher's giving me Henry Cavill. He is so freaking hot, man. Henry Cavill can do no wrong. Black hair, delicious. Brown hair, delicious. White Targaryen hair, delicious.
Ooh. I'm going to need to look this guy up.
He's Superman. The latest Superman. Oh, man. Gosh.
I think I live under a rock. Anyways, continue.
And then he holds the sword in his hand, and he's like, pow, 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 pow. And you're just like, yeah, you want to throw me around like that, like an actual sword. It's like, you want to throw me like that too? Because I'm down for it. And then, like, there's sex in it, and it's Henry Cavill naked, but you don't see him completely naked, but just enough to like titillate you, and you're just like, yes, give me more. I love it.
He does. He's really hot. Like he's a hot
so
man.
Hot.
Oh, if Zorric
so hot. Oh my gosh. And he has like, and then he gets like, because he's a witcher, and so he's like a mythical creature, and so there's times when he has like black eyes and he kind of looks like a vampire, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're still so freaking hot. Marry me, please.
Like hotter than Johnny Depp wearing eyeliner?
Yes.
Okay. Him or Jason Momoa. If you can have sex with one guy.
Aquaman or Superman? Oh, right now I'd have to go with Henry Cavill. And because he's actually also single, so totally attainable.
Oh, totally attainable.
Totally attainable.
Let's put him on your vision board.
Yeah. A vision board for 2020. Henry Cavill. There we go. But anyways, The Witcher's like amazing. Sex, war, drama, people like just fighting. Oh, I love it. Medieval times, witchery, sorcery. I don't know what's going on, but it's a freaking amazing.
It is pretty good.
At you, Emma. Your masculine side coming out.
She's very masculine. Put your shirt back on.
Thanks. Okay. I just like it has. I was like texting one of my friends, and I was like, Game of Thrones, who? I don't even know what that is anymore. I don't even recognize him. And I was like, but The Witcher has taken over my life.
It is really good. Anyway, so what about The Witcher?
Okay.
It's a great
I don't even know how we got to The Witcher.
I don't know how you got to The Witcher.
She just got lost in lust for Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. I love him. Okay, so the Golden Globes were over the weekend, and the Golden Globes is always like, it's the party award show. They all sit down and have dinner, and then they drink, and they just drink throughout the whole thing. So it's a lot of fun, and so a lot of times like everybody's like getting drunk, especially if they don't win. They get real boozed up. So
best way to cope.
Exactly. So Olivia Colman was nominated for Best Actress in a television series. And
that was The Crown.
Which was for The Crown.
I don't like her in The Crown.
I know you don't, and I don't know why. She's so good.
Woman? Who was the other one that?
Claire Foy.
Oh, Claire Foy. I like her so much.
Okay, so it's just side note. I was looking as to like, so if you notice, like Claire Foy and Vanessa Kirby both have like beautiful blue eyes because it's reflective of the Queen and Princess Margaret, right? In real life, they have blue eyes. Olivia Colman and Helena Bonham Carter do not have blue eyes. They have brown eyes. And so I was like, interesting, like what is going on? So I started doing some research as to like, how did it go from like Claire Foy and Vanessa Kirby having blue eyes and then to Olivia Colman and Helena Bonham Carter having brown eyes? And so they said that they were actually like having them put like blue contact lenses in, but like it like Olivia Colman and like it just kind of like masked their acting, like it made it look really like sort of fake. And so they were like, okay, so no contacts anymore, and so they got to keep their brown eyes. I feel like Olivia Colman did a beautiful job, Zorric, and she won the Golden Globe for it.
Yeah, that's great, but the most important thing was the dresses. Did you see
No.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
About Gwyneth Paltrow.
let me look hers up. But I gotta say, Olivia Colman's speech was my favorite because, hold on. So she goes, "Thank you so much.
Thank you so much."
Okay, I'm gonna do my British accent. She's like, "I said I had money on this not happening. For the last year, I feel like I've lived someone else's life, and now I feel like I've definitely won someone else's award. I had the loveliest time doing this, and to all my fellow nominees, who are all just marvelous." And then she said, "I don't know what to say because I already got a little bit boozy because I thought this wasn't going to happen." So she was like,
I would love it.
Yeah. Well, did you mention Ricky Gervais' speech?
okay, you talk about
It's
that
he was really harping on but actors and actresses for trying to be over political, right? Even though they're just actors, they're kind of really belittling them.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you got from that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then
Did you see Tom Hanks' face when that was happening?
I didn't see the face.
He's like the meme of 2020 at the moment.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has here, I'll show you the face.
But I think the common theme of this Golden Globes was the boobs.
The boobs. Oh, okay.
Did you see Selma Hayek?
Oh no!
my gosh!
Like, it was like
but
popping out.
her boobs were like huge. Okay, look, this
Her
is
boobs are like bigger than mine.
this was Tom Hanks' face during the Ricky Gervais. We'll have to post it.
What about boobs again, Emma?
Yeah, no, Selma
Her
Hayek's boobs
are
were like huge.
bigger than mine.
Is that
Bigger than mine.
Did you just record me right now?
Did I really?
Oh
That
my
is so
god!
creepy.
Why are you doing this to me?
That was a common theme of the show, and it aligns with your story. Here.
I want to see Salma Hayek's boobs.
Oh,
I got it.
I didn't watch it all.
but anyways, so I was watching me and a date. We were watching it at the same time, or she was here, and all we can think about was we're looking at the dresses
Look
and the
at like
boobs.
how big her boobs are. You know they're fake, but like
Yeah.
look at how like perfectly round and like braless she can wear them.
Yeah, but they still look like somewhat natural. That's a good surgeon.
That is a good surgeon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get mine done after I'm
beautiful.
have kids if that happens.
Anyways,
That will.
I want to walk around with no bra.
Oh,
You know? Yeah.
what's
Stop
next?
it.
What's next?
Okay.
What's next?
So Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston were sitting at the same table because they're in the morning show that's on Apple TV. I haven't seen it, so that's something I need to get into because apparently, like, it's been
Which one? Which
amazing.
one?
The morning show,
Oh, I haven't seen that.
the one with Steve Carell.
Yeah, it has a star-studded cast, right?
Yeah, and the series, it's over. The series is over, so like all the episodes of the season are out. So my sister, she loved it, and she was like, "I think you need to watch it." So I was like, "Okay."
I don't like shows that are about shows. Do you like shows or movies that are about movies, like One Night in Hollywood or those other shows?
how about Anchorman?
Anchorman's so
That
good.
was so good, though. That's
That's
an
a
outlier.
classic.
That is an outlier.
I need to go back to San Diego so I can like reenact some scenes with like Shannon. I gotta find out like
Where the spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, on the whole, yes, but I mean, Anchorman.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I mean, because everybody's like talking about
I
it.
love Reese. Like she's quality.
She is.
Yeah.
She was nominated for I think Big Little Lies and The Morning Show. So yeah. So anyways, at her table, I guess they ran out of water because it was on Jennifer Aniston's story. So Jennifer Aniston posted the story on her Instagram that they ran out of water at the table. So then Reese decided to ask Jay-Z and Beyonce for a glass of their champagne. And then the memes started coming out. Right. So they were like, it's a picture of them like drinking champagne. So then later, Reese started posting these memes of like of Jay-Z and Beyonce looking away from Reese, and it's like when Reese Witherspoon needs more water or when she's thirsty or something, and the next one it's her like creeping in. It's really funny. But then she just posted a picture or a Instagram story that Beyonce and Jay-Z actually sent her a case of their champagne, which is what's it? I just lost it. I think it's called Ace of Spades or something.
Generous of them.
I know, right? A whole freaking
Thoughtful.
case. Apparently, it's super expensive though.
I'm sure.
Of course. I mean, hello.
Because one of the things that Beyonce did in 2016 in one of her music videos, for Feeling Myself, she poured a $20,000 bottle into a hot tub.
She was feeling herself. That's a lot. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, $20,000.
No, you just like literally poured $20,000 $1,000 down the drain.
If you're a Beyonce, you can do it though.
I guess that's like a penny to you. Oh my!
You know what would be the best date?
What would be the best date, Zorric? You can
Santana?
role play with a.
I would take
I'm not
Julianne
doing
to
this.
dinner.
Oh,
And it would be
gosh.
so amazing because first of all, it would start with like a helicopter ride. Then we would land on top of the Omni Hotel and have dinner in the hotel. Then I would have a bath waiting of $20,000 of champagne.
Wait, I
with
thought
rose
you guys
petals.
like were plugging the Omni Hotel.
No,
I was waiting
no,
for it.
no.
Okay.
But
plugging the champagne.
that's my date for Julianne, just in case. Just in case. I've
In
planned it
case
out.
my like.
In case you ever wanted to
Yeah.
know what it's like to take a
Yeah.
bath in $20,000 worth of
It's
champagne,
probably gonna be sticky.
Yeah.
there you go.
Think of someone putting that on like a credit card or something. That's terrible. Anyways, go.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. But what was funny is that her mom like also took they opened up a bottle and then her mom Bree's mom like took a sip too. She's like, this is really good. So truly genuine reaction.
Nice.
Anyways.
What else?
I'm just gonna talk about so I did not know that Kate McKinnon was a lesbian, you guys. I was totally like
Kate McKinnon. She's from
Kate-
Saturday Night Live, right?
SNL.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. And so she's like introducing her speech for Ellen DeGeneres at the Golden Globes. And she was like, that's when I realized I was a lesbian or am I a lesbian? And I was like, wait, why did I think she was married? And why did I think I saw pictures of her wedding? I seriously was like, where did this thought come from? I don't know how it happened. Anyways, I was just like, oh my gosh. Like my brain was like, what is wrong with me?
See, I'm so not cool. Like I didn't even know Kate, like who she was. Do you know Ellen? I loved her speech.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
It was,
but,
yeah.
But also very genuine, giving credit to, oh my gosh. Carol.
Burnett.
Burnett.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams also had a very feminist speech that was really cool. That was basically, talking about having the ability to choose when to have children and with whom, and being able to find that balance.
You know what?
And then I thought that, so I was like, oh, I love her when she talks. Like I love her, and then sometimes I'm like, I get annoyed with her when she doesn't talk. But when she talks, I'm like, okay, this is why I like you. I didn't like her so much in Dawson's Creek, though. She annoyed me so much on Dawson's Creek.
See, once again, so not cool.
Every time we go to Julianne, she's like,
I didn't watch that. Do you know that I actually I have to force myself to watch TV.
Oh, that's good.
You're so woke.
I know.
I'm not woke.
You're like pre-woke or post-woke. You're like
I'm
awake.
not trying to be woke. I don't know. I think I have ADHD when it comes to watching TV and movies.
It's just not your thing.
It's just not a thing. Yeah.
I have to knit or crochet or now I cross stitch while I'm watching TV. And so I don't have any projects to do right now. So last night I was sitting on the couch and I was like, what do I do with my what do I do with my hands? I was like, do I put them on my lap? Do I sit on them? Are they next to me?
You know the thing to play with, like one of those. Where's your squishy ball?
Or your fidget toy.
My fidget toys are all gone because I had a 4-year-old come over during the break and they're all gone. But I was just like, what do I do? I was like, I need someone to tell me to knit them or crochet
You need a
them
boyfriend.
something.
That's what she needs, right,
No.
Julianne? She needs a dude.
She doesn't need a dude, but the right type of dude would be nice.
See,
in
there you
his
go.
life.
There you go.
Exactly.
Right.
Did you see
What?
Joker?
No.
So he won. No, he won.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Phoenix.
Joaquin
Oh,
And then he
Phoenix.
was talking, and then he's
cut
so
him off.
good, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you hear this. You
Yes.
hear this.
And I
you
started laughing.
Is this happening to her right
And then
now?
he was just like, I'm just going to talk louder.
There's something wrong with the mic.
Oh.
Anyways,
Okay, so cool thing for Aquafina. Do you know who that is?
that is a type of. Go ahead.
The water?
No.
Yes. You win.
It is a type
You
of
went.
water.
It is a type of water, but that's not who I'm referring to. It's a who. So she is a rapper and an actress, and she was the first woman
Let's see.
of Asian descent to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy Film.
Oh, I know Aquafina.
So this is a movie that I wanted to go see. It's called The Farewell, and so basically it's this family who It's Americanized. They live in America, so the kids are, like Americanized. And they go back to China to visit family because they find out that the grandmother actually has cancer and is going to die if she doesn't take care of it. But the family is like torn on whether to tell the grandma because the grandma's like just really happy about the fact that, yes, it's right.
Is this a book or a podcast? This is a similar storyline.
It's a movie.
Is this her, Aquafina? Is her song?
That's a great question.
You said she was an artist, right?
I said a rapper. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's like her song is called NYC Bitches.
That's very appropriate.
Yeah. This is her.
Let me see. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not what I'm thinking. I think there's a podcast I listen to, similar storyline.
Maybe it could be based on her or them. Him?
I don't know.
Her? I don't know. But it's a good movie. I wanted to go see it, but it was kind of like I had someone that passed away. It was a grandma figure that passed away this past year, and I was like, I'm not ready to see that at this moment. Like, I'm still grieving over it. Like, no, we're not gonna. Because I saw Downton Abbey, like something happened, and I just like lost it because I wasn't expecting like something to happen. And my friend was like, you can't go home, and I was like, I'm fine. And she's like, no. She's like, I'm gonna stay with you a little longer. But you know, make sure you're okay. I know. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I promise. And she's like, what's going on? I was like, someone died. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna stay here. So I was not ready, but it looks really good. So maybe this will be the year I finally see it. We'll see.
When you're ready. When I'm ready. Timeline, Emma.
Let's see. That's all I got for the Golden Globes.
Okay, great.
Loved it.
Okay. So
why are you dismissing me?
Because it's 30 minutes already, guys. Come on.
Zork's getting all fidgety.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's
come on. It's usually the opposite.
We got to hit some topics. Yeah. So,
okay.
Julianne.
Yes.
You brought a book, right?
Oh. I brought a book.
What is this book for?
So I was clearing out my room, and I was thinking, how did I acquire this book?
Do you remember? Oh, sorry.
It was a friend who sent it to me, and I was like, I think it was my freshman year of college.
So undergrad. Oh.
And
you've had it all these years?
I've had it all these years.
It's like 10 years, right?
I did not know how terrible it was.
So what is the name of it, and who's the author?
Oh, so over 1 million copies have been sold, which is scary. Of Why Men Love Bitches.
Oh.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Oh my gosh.
Why Men Love Bitches.
Are you
From doormat to dream girl, a woman's guide to holding her own in a relationship.
What the crap?
Okay.
So
we do love bitches, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. So what's scary is once you hear the content of this, that this has been featured in the author, which I don't think she has any credentials necessarily, but featured in Vanity Fair, People, Elle, Glamour, Esquire, Cosmopolitan, on the Today Show, The View, MSNBC, Fox News Channel, MTV, everywhere.
She must have a really good agent.
I don't know.
I don't see any like letters behind her name.
There are no letters behind her name, which you do not need to have letters to make you qualified, but you do need to have qualified content. I cannot wait to share.
Yeah, so how does that book tie into everything we're talking about today?
Yeah. So, okay. I am pro boundaries, pro female empowerment, pro like relationships being balanced. Mm-hmm. So I guess we can take a little bit from Sherry.
In other words, boundaries.
Boundaries.
What? So my mind means boundaries is I should not kiss you right when I meet you.
That is probably a good boundary.
And if you
how did you learn that?
I tried it.
If you want to hug someone, you can say like, I'm a hugger. Can I give you a hug? And then you allow the other person to tell you yes or no. And if they say no, you have to be okay with it.
Okay. Is that what you think, or what? Do you agree with Emma? Like that's boundaries, basically?
That is an example of a boundary, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boundaries are what separate people and what ultimately hold respect for each partner.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. So
did you try to kiss her earlier? Is
I
that
did,
what you're
and
trying
she
to say?
slapped me. That's why
That's a hard boundary.
Yeah. It was like a hard no, and I was like, okay, I'll go. I'll open the door. And anyways, got denied today.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened.
I had this whole thing. I had this date plan for her, but I guess she doesn't want to go. We'll cancel that. I'll cancel my reservation.
I was teaching you something.
She was. Okay.
Some hands-on, literally, with a slap.
Yeah. Okay, so this book, let's talk about one topic it brings up. Like, what's something it brings up?
Yeah, so it talks about being the nice girl, differentiating from the nice girl from the bitch. And there's the quiz, or we could get into... I'm not sure where you wanted me to go.
Let's talk about that one.
That one thing.
Yeah, that one thing.
That one thing that is.
Believe it or not, people
we
prepare sometimes for the show.
Yeah. Oh no, I was researching months ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, like.
Yeah.
Today.
I got the quiz.
So Julianne's going to read something from this book because it's so
Yeah.
interesting about some of these topics that I think we think that they're old school, but they're not.
I think it just gets like, the same information is introduced in a different, in different wording.
Okay.
Yes.
So why would somebody buy this book?
So this is what I think the marketing ploy is. If you follow the advice, you do everything that is said in here, it is guaranteed the love of your life will be happier.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty messed up, right?
It is.
Or you have someone that cares about you and is trying to be helpful, and they buy the book.
My friend, like, why my friend buy me this book?
And buy you the book to offer you some kind of indirect help, right? Of look, this is something that I saw and I thought of you. Maybe you could implement this, and it's coming from a good place, but it's you kind of just want to be F you.
Yeah, no. So 18-year-old me, I guarantee you, read this and was like, oh my gosh, I have to do everything.
Yeah.
Let me do this and follow whatever everybody else tells me to do, and I'll be golden.
Wait, 18 years old. So how old is that book?
When was the copyright? Let's see.
Oh my, it's a fire alarm. Go ahead.
2009.
2009. Okay, so it's not that old.
So it's 11 years.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just have a lot of feelings about this book.
Okay.
Let's read something.
Let's dive
So let's
into
do the quiz.
Yeah, the quiz or the Mama-Hoe
Well,
complex.
quick. Can you quicken that Mama-Hoe complex?
I don't know if we want to quicken the Mama-Hoe complex.
Okay, let's do both. It's fine, right?
I think we should do the quiz first because it's going to be quicker. It's only 10 questions.
Okay.
Let's do the quiz first. It's a yes or no. It'll be funny.
Look at Emma.
Are we nice or are we bitch?
Let's talk about
she's
this
being,
first.
Yeah, very much and by the way, they're using the word bitch like it's a wrong thing, but you can be appropriately assertive.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
have to write stuff down, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to write it down on here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Do you want us to answer it? You just read to us and we'll answer it.
yeah, you can just go ahead.
Okay.
It's a yes or no. 10 questions.
Okay. Ready.
Numero uno. Do you feel guilty when you say no, or do you say no and then second guess yourself?
Wait. So you circle the what?
So it's either yes or no.
Yes or no.
Say it again. Read the question.
Do you feel guilty when you say no, or do you say no and then second guess yourself?
Do you feel uncomfortable saying no?
Thank you.
That's what it comes down to.
Yes.
I say no.
Go ahead.
Do you often try to tell your partner that you want to be treated with respect? Yes or no? Number 3. Do you find yourself bartering or negotiating for what you want or need? Yes or no? Number 4. Do you often pass up sleep or the need for personal time to meet your partner's needs? Yes or no? Number 5. Do you regularly see your partner on short notice or when it is convenient for them? Yes or no? Number 6, do you find that you repeat what you've asked for as though your partner has just heard it for the first time? Yes or no? 7, after a fight, are you always the first one to contact your partner and apologize? Number 8, do you find that you are much more doting and affectionate than your partner is? Yes or no? Number 9, do you often feel depleted after your partner has been with you? Yes or no? Finally, number 10, do you constantly want more attention or reassurance? Yes or no?
I always want more attention.
Okay, so now what?
So now you have to tally your scores.
Okay.
And if you've answered yes to 5 or more of these 10 questions, you are giving far more than you are receiving.
No way.
Oh my god.
That's stupid.
Okay, so let's reveal. Let's do a quick reveal here.
Yes.
Emma. So
I'm annoyed.
Because it's telling the truth?
No, because I think it's wrong.
Oh, let me process this, Emma.
okay, Emma, what's your number? What's your yeses?
It was 7.
7.
Yeah. How many did you get?
Not 7.
How many did you get?
6.
So according to this really valid study,
Scientific.
and quiz,
Scientific
you guys are too nice.
Oh.
And that means like there's a lack of boundaries. But let's get a little serious for a bit. Were
shit.
there questions though that were asked that you're like, yeah, I might want to change this about myself?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, there were some questions where I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, it was like a maybe question.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. But they won for attention. I'm like, I always need attention. So, like, how is that one a bad thing? Because I do that with all my friends, too. Like, I'm
Sure.
always like,
Yeah, no, it's
pay
not
attention
wrong.
to me.
It's not wrong to want attention, but the means of how you get that and if you're being codependent is what I think it's alluding at.
So what does this mean?
I think do you regularly see him on short notice or when it's convenient for him? Like, if you're in a relationship, like, sometimes, like, things don't work. And so when you do have time, I'm like, okay, then, yeah, let's make it work. Because I haven't seen you, like, in a week or something. Like, yes, I'm going to come see you.
Because you want some, right? Obviously.
Always. Every single day.
Yeah.
On the hour, every hour.
So does that mean we need to practice our boundaries, Julianne? Is that what's happening
I
here?
think that's what it's alluding to.
Is there one that you questioned?
I question. Yeah, there's a couple of them. After a fight, are you always the first one to contact him or apologize?
I inserted partner.
It depends, right? It depends what the issue. It depends what the issue is, right?
But I also think that, like, there was, what was the other one? Hold on, let me see what the other one that, like, annoyed me too.
Okay, so how do we? Go ahead, Emma, real quick, if you can find it.
Do you find you are much more doting and affectionate than he is? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm physical touch and I'm words of affirmation. Like, I need.
Yeah, no, I mean, that, like with any sort of quiz or test, like it's so contextual.
Right.
And I think though, like, and once again, we don't know how valid and research based
That's
this is.
super valid.
But if you tally all of these, like it leaning you towards like you give more than you receive, meaning that you don't maybe have as clear boundaries as you need.
So then that's what the book is for, right?
That's what the book is for, but it's also very mixed messaging.
So picking up, fixing our boundary issues, Emma, we just have to stand up for ourselves more or something like that.
So it goes back to what I wanted my New Year's resolution to be, which is say no more. And you were like, no, you need to say yes more. And I was like, no, I want to say no more.
Well, say yes to like cool things and say yes to adventures and say yes to
I mean, if you want to take me to Ireland,
I always
then
fucking
yes.
take you places. Calm down. Anyways. So, okay.
Boundaries, essentially, you're on the right track there. Like putting yourself first.
Just because I'm woke,
because it's
obviously.
you are so woke and in therapy, which everybody needs to be in therapy because the world would be a better place. Anyways. It's just like you have to take care of yourself first before you can be in a healthy relationship. It's the opposite of which oftentimes, generally speaking, women get the message that you need to sacrifice not. And I know there's like, that's a little bit broad based, but.
Or he is the one that's supposed to like come in and sort of rescue you and like fix everything for you.
Okay, let's talk about hookers and hoes. Come on.
Hookers and Zorric. Is it hookers and hoes?
Oh my goodness. So I just can't wait for you all to hear your reactions and how this is. Sorry.
Should I put the wine down?
Oh my gosh.
No,
no, would you pour me some?
Pour some more.
Get ready, folks.
Get her wine.
Get ready.
Do you want me to open up this one?
Get ready for the Mama-Hoe complex.
I got you, darling.
We're about to open up the second bottle here, too.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness.
So,
Fresh
just
bottle.
wait.
There's nothing in this.
Oh, okay. It's false advertising.
I love the first 4 words of this. In the field of psychoanalysis, there's a male hang-up called the Madonna whore syndrome.
What?
The Madonna whore. Wait, is this talking about like Madonna, like back in like the Italian?
Like Virgin, well, that's Virgin
Yes.
Mary, but
No, like the Italian version of Madonna,
Yes,
or
yeah.
like Madonna, like the singer Madonna.
no, Italian version.
Okay.
Okay, so let's forget the fancy psychobabble though for a second.
Yes.
And refer to the informal Mama-Hoe version
Mama-Hoe.
to better understand the male counterparts.
I want to know how you feel about all this.
So, Zorric, do you want me to read the Mama-Hoe theory, or do you want to go ahead and give it to us?
I don't even know what it's talking about or alluding to. Mama-Hoe complex?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay, we'll get your...
I'll give you my thoughts after that.
So, according to this really well-searched topic, the Mama-Hoe theory holds that a man will either see you as his mama or his hoe.
Fuck no.
And wait,
Fuck
get this.
no.
Get this. The word hoe, she goes on to explain, the word hoe is a derivative of the word whore. It's not a garden tool. In case you didn't know, people, in case you're a woman who has no brains and you're just a hoe, you might need some mansplaining.
That is super mansplaining right there.
Written by a woman. A hoe
I
is
feel like she had male editors.
Yeah. I don't know.
So is that it? Is that all it says?
So, I mean, we could go on and on, but essentially, here's her math equation. Safe plus boring plus mama equals no spark. And unpredictable plus not monotonous plus hoe equals fireworks.
Not monotonous?
Not monotonous.
Oh, okay. I thought
Not monogamous. Monotonous.
Huh.
Okay.
So you can be a hoe that's monogamous, but not monotonous.
You just
feel?
got to be a monotonous hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not. Wait. Yeah. I don't know. I'm confused now.
So
But I get it, but I don't know how to explain
breaking news here. That is true.
Okay.
That
let's
is
hear it.
100% true
Please
because
explain it to
so
me.
I for some reason I was dating this girl and she was very unpredictable.
The one that you just broke up with?
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Oh.
Public knowledge now. No, but
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Yeah.
but she was very, very cute, obviously. Very charming.
Shopper girl.
Yeah, shopper
Girl. Thank you.
And she was very unavailable.
Which makes you want to chase.
I wanted to, I was like
For
fucking,
sure.
I was like fucking caveman. And then
Do you know
Let
what
me
he did to
hunt.
me? Do you know what he did to me? He told me about his work Christmas party, and I was like, yeah, I'm available. I'll go because your coworkers like love me already because you talk about me all the time. He was like, I'll let you know. He never did. He took her instead of me.
I took somebody else. But anyways, back to the hoe complex thing.
His best friend. How dare he?
Calm down. And I won $1,000.
Which is what made me
to
even
Neiman
more
Marcus.
angry.
Yeah. But anyways, so she was very unavailable. She, I was chasing all the time, and she was very bitchy. She was not nice. Like, for example,
She probably read this book.
She probably did.
Probably.
But that's such a turn on because it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always chasing you, and I'm like always in my head about what's wrong with her? Why isn't she texting me back or calling me back? Why doesn't she want to see all that stuff? So I think that's 100% correct. Honestly,
And can I say that like women can have this like in terms of the opposite of what would it be a father gigolo complex?
I was thinking more like a fuckboy.
a
complex.
fuck boy father.
Yeah.
So wrong to say. I used to be really upset when guys would text me consistently.
Because you got them already, right?
I was like, you're texting me good morning, you're done.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
little bit something going on, but
Okay.
it'll fix itself.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's just hard sometimes to figure out whether or not, because I feel like they're playing a game,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't
You
like
like
it.
the challenge.
I do. But that is true, 100%.
Is it like the thrill of the hunt?
Very. Yeah, makes me horny. Definitely.
Ew.
Okay, though, question.
She goes right by.
No, I'm going to bring that into it.
Okay.
She's just so much calmer than me.
I did yoga before I came, and then I
nice.
drank wine, and so calm. So if a woman was consistent, like helpful, solid, trustworthy, but then she showed her wild side in the bedroom, would that be enough?
Yeah, that would be enough. Mm-hmm. I think it's just early on, you want to chase somebody. And if it's too easy, then you kind of like give up. You're like, like you said, right? But I think on the other side too, the guy should kind of play hard to get as well, right?
I used to think that.
Why do you say that?
I think I've grown up. And not to say that you're immature. Do we want to get, I mean, I am a therapist, so I'll bring this into, we often chase partners that are unavailable based on our upbringing, and in some way, shape, or form, things were unavailable to us. And so it feels normal, really normal. And so when we experience something that's the opposite, it doesn't, even though we like can consciously on a knowledge level be like, this is good, it doesn't feel right because we've been programmed differently.
So she sounds like an expert, Emma. You must be able to pull guys left and right. I mean, you have the pick of the litter, right?
I'm an excellent first date.
Are you?
I've got that down. Yeah. No, I've been attracted to the wrong guys.
Yeah. And were they unavailable too?
Yes.
See? Emma, do you like unavailable people? Men?
Yes.
See? Why? Like, why do we want that? Even though it's not good for us.
Because we can't have it.
Because I would argue it's rooted in attachment, which we could talk about
so
your moms
scientific.
at some point.
Oh my gosh.
And dads.
Yeah.
And dads. Yeah.
It's not just mom's fault.
Yeah. And they're all doing their best. Yeah.
Well, what if the guy eventually becomes consistent?
Yeah. Then you might actually, and you might experience this with a woman who is consistent too. You might have feelings of boredom at some point and then start to question. And then you might start to like it.
Yeah.
But then you might start to question it again.
Mm-hmm. What if she or he is consistent for you guys, but then all of a sudden becomes unavailable?
Oh, yeah.
Then you go crazy because you're like, oh my gosh, it was going so well for like a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And all of a sudden, he's like not texting me good morning anymore.
He led me on. Yeah. What's wrong with him?
And the first thing you guys do is check my Facebook or Instagram, right? Right? No? Emma? You do.
I don't have anyone that I don't need to follow on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, like immature, insecure me would do that.
Get me a few glasses of wine, maybe a few bottles, then yeah.
For sure. But I don't, we don't need to make this into my like journey of being secure. But life is better when you're secure. Okay, guys. Dating is and then you don't do that because ultimately you're like, okay, if they're not being consistent, and then I don't want them. Right. But consistent doesn't mean they have to be boring. You can have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And I want to go back to the Mama-Hoe.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think hoe is a little extreme, right? Because what is she talking about meaning by hoe?
And so she is very sexually shaming. But I mean, I think if I were to interpret where she was trying to go with this, though, is like a woman who does not have respect for herself. And I want to make that very independent of sex, where there's no sex shaming here. But like somebody who is not respectful of themselves, that is also like just
what does it mean, not respectful?
I mean, Emma, do you want to help me out with this?
What was the question? Sorry, I ignored Zorric.
Stop masturbating. I was saying what did I say?
Well, respectful.
Yeah,
and
respectful.
I don't actually, I would say somebody who's not authentic in themselves. So the way that I interpret, because everybody at the core, if they're really going to be real, they want somebody who accepts them for who they are. And I think the hoe tries in the way that
to kind of like fit into this.
Fit into like what is desirable, right? So she's going to be ultimately super sexual from the start, which you can be sexual and you're more than that.
It sort of reminds me of like any cliche like teen movie where it's the girl that's like the rebel, right? Like, I don't care. Look at like how aloof I am. Like, look at how much like I just don't care about things. Like, that's kind of what it reminds me of. Having that like hard outer shell.
Like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Gross.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know why we like that, but we just do. Guys do.
You like Kristen Stewart?
I like her, but I like that attitude too.
Did you like her in Twilight?
Mm-hmm. She's okay.
Well, you don't like a doormat.
No, of course we don't. No. You said you were a really good first dater. What does that mean?
He's not gonna let that go.
What does that mean?
I definitely know how to make a person feel important.
Oh my gosh.
I know how to be charismatic.
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
Oh, fuck you.
She slapped me when I tried to kiss her earlier, so obviously.
Yeah. I know how to like keep things just the way that they need to be.
Oh my gosh.
Before it gets messy.
That's hot. What? How does it get messy? How is it? Okay.
Oh
so
my God.
okay. So let's say you're
I'm just
you're
gonna
on
like stand in. I'm just gonna drink wine. Just
you're-
drinking wine now.
Good. I'm going to drink some wine.
No, put the wine down. We're talking here. So we're sitting next to a fireplace.
Oh, gosh.
Julianne.
I would not do that on the first date, actually.
Oh, you wouldn't do that? Is it too?
No, because I'm going to make you want to be close to me. But I'm going to make you from sitting across on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to lean in.
You are playing my games. You're playing my games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But I'm not even playing it because I actually like want you to want me in a way where you have to wait.
I don't like to wait.
I'm a really good first date.
Wait for what though?
So you guys can sit in front of a fireplace, but like at a table.
At a table.
There you go.
Yes.
So, garçon, please move this table next to the fireplace. And we'll continue our Sauvignon Blanc. So then what are you talking about in your dates? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Is it more surface level stuff or is it?
It tends to be unless the other person gives me the read that they're ready to go down.
Have you ever overshared on a date?
I have. Well, no, not really.
Okay.
I definitely have.
What do you overshare?
Oh, I mean, the guy's still talking to me, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I guess we want to get down to it. Talked about my daddy issues.
Oh.
Whoa.
It was so unexpected. Okay, so unexpected. But here's the thing. I used to be like so by the books.
Right.
And then I do think there's something about where it came up in conversation that something led to another. And I could read that like he wasn't overwhelmed by it. And I also wasn't overwhelmed by it as well. So there's something about that. Have you ever shared?
I'm trying to, it's like been forever that I've been on a date, so I can't remember. But probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I like to people watch. And so I think during, like, he went to the restroom or something, and then I was, like, staring at people, and he was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I, like, people watch. I was like, it's a lot of fun for me to, like, make up stories.
That is not oversharing. Oh, my gosh.
He, like, judged me.
Talking about your past
me.
daddy issues and people watching is two different things. I'll give you an example of oversharing. I had a guy in the first 30 minutes of the date tell me about his ex-wife cheating on him, having a child with somebody else, and then he was dating. And you could tell it was like still so raw.
Oh my gosh,
That is
yes.
oversharing. Okay, saying like you like to people watch, not oversharing.
So how do you know when you're hitting that boundary?
Yeah. I mean, I'm more intuitive and maybe people don't always know this, but like you just read the other person. Like, is their body language saying that they're getting uncomfortable? Are they trying to change the subject? Or are they like relating to you? Are they like being genuine and caring in their responses? Then, asking more and once again, maybe divulging a little bit about them. That's how you do it.
Like reciprocating with you versus like backing off.
Yes. Yes. That's a great way to put it.
So, there's a lot of things you can say that, I've also been on dates where they would talk about daddy issues or, because sometimes when I'm on a date, I get just on and I'm talking and we're bantering. And then I'll say something like, I'm a sexual wizard.
Sorry. No. Okay. Can I help you?
Okay. Please.
No.
Oh my God.
That does not work?
No.
And sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? And then, oh my gosh.
I'd be like, he said he was a sexual wizard. What does that mean?
Okay. Sorry. No. I like you as like,
I want the best. Wizard.
I want the best for you. Can I give you my candid response?
All right. Real quick. Yep.
So if you have to say that you are, that's not a sign. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just proud. Okay.
No. I mean, I'm not doubting that you could be, but like it does. Like you don't need to prove yourself. You'll prove yourself when you prove yourself.
Yeah, but I'm highly rated.
Sense?
Yeah,
and then she'll call you a sexual wizard herself.
What about talking about addictions or stuff like that? Is that too? Like porn or something like that.
That might be that.
Or drugs, or maybe I used to be in AA, or is that
not
good
on
to
the
say?
first date? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Someone overshared with me, and they told me that like they were in a like DUI or DWI or something like that, and they couldn't drive forever because.
But don't you want to know that up front? Because that's something about his character.
I want to know that before the date.
Right. Like when I went on a date with a guy recently who was technically not divorced.
Oh.
Still separated. I would have liked to know that before we met.
Right.
But when did you find out? On the date?
On the date.
Yikes.
What about...
I mean, it was a no-go before that, but then that was like... I mean, that was kind of like false advertising. Like I also like very energetically speaking, like if you're still involved with something, you cannot start something. Like you need to close that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Or let's just get messy.
What if he just got divorced like last month?
I would have liked to know that.
Yeah. Even though he's divorced, technically.
Yeah. I think that's something
important.
major.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You kind of want to know the timeline of those, like, there's certain things that like are
major milestones.
One of those, but you do this before the date, so that way the person can like
test.
No one wants
agree
to
or
say
disagree.
that. No one wants to say that before the date.
Well,
right?
You own it. Like you say, recently out of a long-term relationship. You can say that.
What about other things that's not so deep, like maybe my gums bleed or something like that? Is that something you can talk about?
You need to go see a dentist.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. What are your like turn offs on oversharing? I'm curious. For you
yeah, I think it's just talking too much about exes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't talk about exes, please.
Yeah, don't go into detail about that. No. I think it is productive to know where they've come from in a relationship, but more so you can tell if somebody is over it and constructive of like, hey, this is what I learned from it versus bashing.
Yeah, because I do ask. I tell Emma this. I ask about, how...
That's important.
But I try to get to the fact where I know how long they've been single, because sometimes I don't get to ask that question during our Tinder conversations because I'm telling them about my sexual wizardry. But that's important to me. So, but then if they go too deep and they start talking about bashing their exes and my divorce and how much my ex-husband is paying child support, and I don't want to hear all that shit, right? So, it can be. I think it should be surface level for like the first few dates. Right?
Yes,
it can't. What about politics, religion, and all that jazz?
I had this one guy on one day, and I'm just like, because I'm starting to think and reflect. He asked me if I was a citizen.
Ooh.
And so he was asking me like what like my culture was and like if I was a citizen. And I was like, I'm American. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I think you're trying to ask me if like my family, like origin. I'm like, we're Salvadorian. I'm American. And yes, I still have family there. And like, but how he said it, I was like, this is a little uncomfortable for me. So like that's one of like my boundary things. Like I'm American.
Yeah.
Bitch. I don't know what else to say. I'm also Salvadorian, so like, but I'm American.
Yeah.
I actually say I'm Texan, if I'm gonna be real.
Oh gosh.
I'm Texan.
Yeah. But I think on the other side, when someone overshares, don't you think they're just owning who they are?
Not always.
Well, there's a difference in how you approach it. So I know I just said that I shared daddy issues on the first date, but it came up because somehow religion didn't come up, and it was tied to my relationship with my dad. But I explained it in a way that I actually feel super confident about. That like I am really healthy about it. So there's a difference between speaking from a wound versus speaking from a scar. Does that make sense?
I love that analogy. I like that a lot.
And the way that you present it, like I'm not crying talking about it now. I wasn't crying talking about it then. First date, if you're crying talking about something, like that's probably oversharing.
Oh.
Okay.
Has anyone ever cried on a first date with you?
Probably when they first met me. Yeah. Like, oh shit, this is gonna be terrible.
Do tell.
No, not really. They're just jumping for joy usually. No, they're not. What?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh. So what happens when they overshare? Sometimes you can power through that. Like you said, the guy you're dating now, it's fine. Or you overshared and it's fine.
Yeah, but I said I initially overshared, but and for me, it felt like oversharing, but like I said, the way that I presented it, like, I don't know. I mean, he's still talking to me, so.
Did you guys kiss on the first date?
No.
No.
I have made that actually a hard and fast rule as of recently.
Why is
Not
that?
recently. I don't know. I am.
Are you a bad kisser? I think that's what it is.
Oh,
Emma.
gosh.
She's a bad kisser.
No.
Yeah.
Is that why she wouldn't let you kiss her?
No. Something else.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we make clear that Zorric never actually tried to kiss me?
Or did I? Or did I?
No, he didn't. I just made it up.
Yeah. This is all for the show, guys.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, actually, I was told that I was a very good first date, even though at that time I had been drinking a lot. This was not like first date. This is like a first encounter. Okay, first encounter versus first date. We should fast forward through this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, oversharing is a big issue that we have not even talked about or even touched in our 122
Really?
episodes.
Yeah.
Really? How has this topic not come up?
Never. That's why we're like, oh, let's talk about that.
So I'm curious, like, do you all ever think about that where you're like, oh, should I share this? Is this too much? Like, is that an issue
Yes.
for you? Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes
and
and no. Okay,
part of
let's
it
hear
for
both.
me is because of what I do.
Yeah.
And I hate when people overshare with me when they find out what I do. Because I
take
hate it.
advantage of that.
Yes, I hate it. And so, like, that's why I have the caveat. Like, when I introduce, when people ask me what I do, I'm like, if I tell you, you can't, like, ask me personal questions. Like, you can't tell me stories about you. And then they're like, oh, gosh, like, what is it? But I'm like, no, like, I'm setting this boundary for a reason. And then they're like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm a therapist. And they're like, oh, I have all these things I want to tell you. I'm like, I already told you couldn't.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are some things I don't share. Like, for example, about the podcast.
Yeah.
No, but they always find out about
They
it.
always Google me first. Anyone who, like, joins my team at my company or anyone that I date, they're like, oh, you do a podcast here.
And that's why people love me.
And then they end up loving Emma, and I stop talking to this person because we don't work out. Yeah.
I actually don't. I had somebody ask if they could listen to my podcast, and I was like, no.
One of your...
They would have. I'm sure they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I had another date, and he was like very affirming about it, and like was all about it. But
He wanted to get laid or kiss you because I hear you're a great kisser. So
gotta earn your brownie points there, Zorric. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have a trouble with oversharing. Why is that?
no, because I don't care. I don't care if you know. Who cares? If you can't accept me for who I am, then
So you
then
don't
you're
think
a
twice.
then you're a hoe. Yeah.
You're a hoe.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think twice. Although I don't talk about like my entrepreneurial adventures, my
What?
startup stuff.
Why is that?
Because when people hear startup entrepreneur, they think broke. A broke man.
And you're not broke.
I am very broke.
You
and
have
woke at the
you
same
have
time.
that you have that Nene leaks. You got that money.
Do I? Where's that money?
Well, it's a different quote, but
Yeah.
you're a rich bitch, Zorric.
Oh, is that it? Not a rich hoe?
You're a rich hoe.
Yeah. But do you stop yourself when you're like, oh my gosh, I think I shared too much? You're like,
no, I may, and I've done this before of like where I may follow up and be like, hey, you know, if I said something that, you know, was uncomfortable for you, just want to acknowledge that. Like, I know it's interesting, like being a therapist, and prior to being a therapist, I was so closed off. So I didn't speak openly. And then, so I kind of just phrase it like that. Like, you know, as a therapist, I'm open, like, to talking about things maybe where people aren't. And so sometimes I forget that gauge. And so that's how I like do it.
We know Emma's very dishonest about her first dates because she tells
them that she's a teacher.
But what do you say? What do you
I
say?
say I'm a therapist.
See?
And then I say,
Own
like,
it, Emma.
And then I say this. I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm off the clock, so don't worry, I'm not analyzing you, and no, I'm not going to therapize you. Where
I really hated it
but,
when I worked at the eating disorder place.
Yeah.
And like I told someone, and they're like, "Are you analyzing the way I'm eating?" And I was like, "No, I'm not working." So it's stuff like that. That's my pet peeve, which is why I'm like, I'd rather just like not say it.
Yeah.
Do you think that affects your relationships because you guys know, I guess?
We're really good about telling people what to do.
But
we're great about telling people what to do.
You can't follow your own.
I cannot follow my own advice.
I mean, obviously, Julianne, she's perfect. She's an angel. She's the best kisser. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
She also the best slabber, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
She likes strip clubs and hoes.
Oh, my gosh. You guys. I can't.
I invited Julianne so that we could have like a nice little podcast, like a nice little like.
I knew it wasn't going to be I thought about setting the boundary of like, hey guys, I actually want to use this podcast with clients, so let's keep it like somewhat clean.
If you had told me that, I would have yelled at him to do it.
Yes, we would have not even. I would have not spoken. I would have been like,
it would have been in the Emma.
More wine.
The
more
Emma
wine?
Show.
I'll just be pressing buttons.
Like he'd be on mute.
Oh, it's fine.
I would be watching porn while you guys were talking.
Oh my
God!
Stop it!
Boundaries.
As everyone becomes, I don't know, engaged in other things. But anyways, okay. So you're in a relationship. Looks like.
Okay. No.
No.
How much should I share?
But did you say, hey, are we exclusive?
No, he alluded to not wanting to see other people, and then
what did you say? Alluded means what? I do not want to see anyone else, but
he said he's not. I'm not looking to spend time with anybody else.
And then you said.
And then I was caught off guard and talked about something else.
Oh. But if you really like this guy, you would have been like, oh, me too.
I do like him. I do. I just haven't experienced something like this.
Oh, okay. So he's just like getting in, and he wants you.
You're like you know, what's it called? It's like from Wicked when you're like, what is this feeling so sudden and new?
Oh,
how long has it been?
A month.
Oh, that's good. That's a good time.
Yeah. No. So the reason why I'm scared is because I've done it the wrong way, where I've had guys come on really strong, really quick. After the first date, they're like, I don't want to see anybody else. That's a red flag. I have learned.
That's a red flag. Or if they ask if they want to marry, if they can marry you.
I haven't had that happen, thankfully. Has that happened to you?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, really? Like, and seriously?
Yeah.
Like, when can we get married?
No, we talk about, I've talked about weddings with people.
On the first date?
Recently?
No, like the first week or two. Yeah, we're like, oh my gosh, and then we just stop talking to each other. It's like,
wait. What do you talk about the wedding?
Oh, just like if we got married, it would be here and this.
Oh, good. How does that come up?
It just happens. We just daydream and start drinking. It's probably me being a
Oh,
hopeless romantic.
do you know what he wants for his wedding?
No.
There's two things that he wants for his wedding.
A woman, number one,
Yes, that's
probably essential.
and she's a partial hoe. Go ahead.
Mama-Hoe.
Mama-Hoe, half and half.
So he wants a white tiger at his wedding.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to come in on an elephant.
Very exotic.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Are you okay with that?
Like.
Are you okay with that?
Sorry, I even though I am seeing someone.
I just want to know because that I wish you were the best.
That might be too flashy for me.
I wish you the best, but you never know. I'm putting you on the spot here. She's not answering me.
In 10 years, when you guys, this does happen, I'm going to replay this for you. Actually, I might replay this for you at the rehearsal dinner. Because if I'm not at that wedding party, like, I'm going to kick both of your butts.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I think I might marry the guy. Sorry, Zorric, you're a great kid. No, for real. I sent him my astrological reading.
You know what? I used to do that all the time. Like, I used to be like
supposed
dating
to get
someone.
What are you? And
I'm
what
a
is he?
Pisces. He's a Cancer.
You're a Pisces.
Oh.
My sister's a Pisces too.
And okay, you guys, like, you probably won't. I don't want you to include this. Oops, in the.
Then don't say it.
Okay, then we'll continue on.
Okay, so we've said enough.
We've said enough.
We've said enough.
We've had technical difficulties too
Yes,
while
we
we're
have.
at it.
Yeah.
Emma downloads too many videos on my laptop, and that's what happens when you do that.
It's like it's
What
Henry
kind of
Cavill.
videos?
It's I mean I'm trying to watch Henry Cavill like undressed.
That's all it is.
So you know.
So Emma, what did you learn from Julianne?
I gotta be a Hogan.
I'm glad I'm helping in this one.
I learned that Julianne is a great first date.
Why would you think I'm not?
Wait.
Zorric.
Wait.
I'm not.
I'm not finishing. And she knows how to therapize you, and she knows how to make you want her on that first date.
That's not therapizing. That's manipulation.
Okay.
She knows how to manipulate you. Let's get it right.
Yeah. And she's read that book cover to cover, it seems.
Oh my gosh.
Did you write this book? Oh my gosh.
Why men love bitches, you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
What a seller.
Julianne, do you have anything to say?
Please don't listen to anything that I said.
Erase my existence from your memory. So what did we talk about today? Emma, we talked about
We talked about so much.
boundaries.
I know.
Honestly.
This is all over the place.
And oversharing. Don't overshare. Guys, it's okay to overshare. But
Read the other person.
Yeah.
Read the
Yeah.
other person. If you're on the same wavelength, it's okay. You can come back from it. If it's the right person, it'll still happen.
Mm-hmm. And you know why you overshare, Julianne? You know why you do this? It's because you have more than 2 drinks on the date.
Yes.
That's exactly why.
Yes. So keep it to 1.5, 1 3/4.
What? How do you do that?
I don't.
Okay, guys. I think that's all for this week. We've talked enough.
We have.
And thanks, Julianne, for coming
Oh my
out.
gosh. Thanks for having me. Always the
You're
fun.
gonna come back, like multiple times.
We want you
You're
to
gonna
come back like a few, maybe months in.
When and can we do a professional one?
This is like a trial run.
Zorric will just handle the technology, and it'll just be you
perfect.
and me.
Okay,
No.
we can get real.
Hold on,
serious.
calm down. This is gonna be me and Kale versus
I'm
Julianne.
sorry? I don't know
and
who that
Emma.
is.
We're gonna have like a game. We'll play a game.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.